Hello, it's me, Michael, with my weekly report. It's just me talking to me and Shaz and maybe anyone else who happens to tune in because they're interested in what I spend all my time on now that I don't have to answer to anyone. So let's switch over to the desktop by doing this. So this is my summary of the week. We've got admin, 8 hours, changes, new features. Well, if we just trace back here, I recorded the podcast last week, I did my reports, and then I did a little bit of stuff on reporting done good so I could see if anyone's actually using it each week, because I sent myself a little email on Friday, and I was realising that I just didn't really know what was going on. And then all weekend, that should be... I think I recorded it on the wrong day. I just reinstalled my laptop. Well, I was backing it up until Saturday when I did my live stream, and then the rest of the weekend I was deleting stuff and trying to get SSDs and sticks to work and booting it up. But basically, I've downgraded this computer back down to macOS Catalina from Big Sur, and it's freaking works again, so that's nice. So you saw how laggy some of these recent reports were. None of that anymore. I've come back to Catalina, so that is good value. That's good news. So yeah, I sort of finished that on Monday morning, but I didn't really track the time. So then the next priority was to get this goddamn Shoot app out the door. So I spent some time. Well, I translated it. So if you're not, so the way I do translations in Shoot is, I've got this one app called Good Translations, which you run it and so you go to this project, you go export, where you select the project, you go editor, you go export for localization. It creates a big folder full of localization files, and then you're able to then I made this app which can load those localization files, and I wonder if it will actually run. And then there's a button to copy those in a format that I can then paste into Coda, where I have the translation set up. So I paste it into here, and then it just goes away and chugs through all these other animations. And then I can just grab a column. That's running now. Grab a column, paste it back in like this. And what I did this week was just made it so that it only shows the new translations, so that I could just go and do the new translations and then re-import those. So now Shoot is translated into all the languages, and so then I fixed some bugs around just making sure that looks right in the different languages. Then what else on Shoot? I did some I sort of had quite a relaxed day on Tuesday, just like tinkering and getting those smaller bug fixes and making sure it felt right, like all the sort of responsiveness of the controls, because it was a bit weird. So I think that's feeling a lot better. But yeah, basically last night I went, where's Friday? Yeah, Thursday night I went release. So that's out in the world now. So that's been a few weeks' work, and I've finally shipped, and I haven't heard any huge disasters yet, but because App Store Connect is down today, I can't really see if there's any crashes or anything. Maybe I could. Anyway. So the next thing so Monday I did a music production stream, and that was a bit of a drop the ball there a bit by not video producer. So Monday I did a music stream, songwriting and music production, and I had fun. I did it in the main studio room, and it was like see what. So I was just working in Logic. Ooh, that sounds. I haven't listened back yet, so I don't know if it's any good. So, but just all details of the whole process. Yeah, so we did that. I enjoyed it. Not many people turned up, but that's fine. And yeah, so that was that. And then Wednesday did my. Oh yeah, and then Wednesdays that I did a Unity stream as well on Wednesday, which is coming along okay. I was trying to get this dancing guy to dance, and it was doing weird stuff like this. Let's find something. Come on, it was doing like weird breakdancing moves. Like, yeah, it's all this kind of thing going on. So, you know, what is going on? Okay. So we were contending with that, but it was fun. But the best thing I did was I got started on changes I've been doing some work on. So I implemented this little rough day insight. Oh, you can't quite see it unless perhaps I could make myself smaller. But here's the whole mechanism for showing these insights I'm quite proud of. So each time you add an entry, it goes and sort of checks some conditions and creates a list of insight candidates, which are defined here in a growing list, which is defined in a spreadsheet. So I'm sort of adding from this spreadsheet each insight that I'm working on. And then I just need to fill in all the things. So if it's a rough day insight, we need to create new if unique, and then it doesn't create an insight if it's already shown you one that is essentially the same insight. So then this is deciding what makes those insights unique, just to try and keep it like not telling you the same thing over and over again. And then just some like mechanisms, and then we render them. So the insights live in the library, so they sort of are this sort of thing, and each one is a different load of code, right? So it's all these different calculations. So this is like last week looked like this, and that's the code to figure out how to score everything, and then it's all sort of coming off this kind of design. So I did the little rough day one, and I did I wasn't even thinking of this one as being the same type of entity, but I did an insight created by UserView, and that just lets you save an insight, lets you save one of the pictures you've taken into your timeline. So when you're scrolling back through your happiness data, you can see these little what made me happy March 2021, and it'll just you'll just be able to see the pictures, and it just makes this feed feel a whole lot more sort of rich. And yes, last night I got halfway through this one, so this is the weekly insight, and so far it looks like this. So I've still got a bit of work to do, but I had a really long day yesterday, and I was quite enjoying myself. So yeah, it's been fun. I suppose we're going to go that way, aren't we?
That way.
Yeah. So that's about it, really. Like looking at, so that was the bot stuff, and then yeah, it was just podcast this morning. Podcast went well. It's already released. So it does look like, well, this is for 2 weeks, so it's about 2.5 hours a week. That's fine. And the other thing I spent quite a lot of time on then, I should mention. So this this edit process is a bit long, but that's because I've started editing my development streams. So this Unity thing I've been doing on Wednesday, I've been editing this down into... embracing the infiniteness and make it, and we have to scale it and put that as 0, 0, 0. So just explaining everything I'm doing. Y goes that way. Okay. So I'm just trying to make a sort of a document that kind of shows just this whole project I'm working on in a way that someone can follow along. And so the streams are 3 hours. This video is 20 minutes. And so the first one took a bit longer to edit, and because I had to do figure out the intro and all this kind of thing. It might even, if the driver's plugged in, we can fire up Final Cut. I'll show you that. So it's basically taking a 3-hour file, but this first one was quite easy because I was just able to jump onto the... You can see this is how far I am up into this edit, but here's the first one. Like, I was just able to kind of go through... If we double click on that, does it show me? I've been getting at the keyboard shortcuts in here. Can I show me whether they've been used? I thought I'd set it to show me. So you could just sort of look for when I'm talking, I select that, I just append it to the timeline and I move through. And it's like a 3-hour video. I don't want it to take 3 hours to edit, but, well, or more, but it did take me probably about 3 hours to do the first one. But I'm hoping like I get quicker, or if I can spread it throughout the week, that's fine. Because it's not like the podcast where I had to get it like out on a certain day every week. But so I'm halfway through editing the second video, and it's honestly, I think it should be a nice sort of document and sort of show someone how to, you know, go through a project like this. I don't know, hopefully. But anyway, that's me this week. Next week, I'm not sure what I'm doing next week. It's going to be a short week. I might not even do an update video next week if I'm going to take Friday off. I should probably tell Ivanka I'm taking Friday off. But yeah, so this week I was supposed to release, shoot, and work on changes. So I did that. So that's cool. Right. So that's that. I'll see you next time, shall I? Bye.